All right. Well, good morning, guys. Today's quick tech trainings, we're going to be looking at newsletters and the pre-built KW templates and how to utilize those with the command email. We're also going to pull together some other trainings we've done. We've done some trainings on how to upload a video to Google Google Drive, and then share that. It could be used for an MLS posting. It could be used for just a link to a video. You can also use YouTube. Up until recently, YouTube was not allowed in our MLS. That has changed, but I still want you to know how to do the Google Drive because it's a powerful tool. We're also going to look at how to utilize some of those 3D tours that we've had made and how to create, how to get to a Facebook event and share that with our clients. So we're going to dive into that. And then if we have some time at the end, we're going to also look at some smart plans and kind of mastermind around some ideas for some creative smart plans and how to best utilize that. So for anybody that's watching that doesn't know me, my name is Tim Lester. I am the tech ambassador for Midland, and we've been going and blowing here as fast as we can with what we can do. So if you have questions, you can put them in the chat, or if you hold down spacebar, you can ask the questions and I'll do my best to answer them, and we will get going here. So I'm going to do a quick screen share and we'll get rocking and rolling. All right. So as always, let me move the bar. Thank you. We're going to start off in command. We're going to go to agent.kw.com. And if you have not set up your marketing profile, this becomes a lot longer process. For those of you that have set up your marketing profile, this is pretty quick and easy. If you do not know where to set up your marketing profile, it is under your settings here. Sorry. Your settings. Command settings, excuse me. You need to come in and fill this out, have every single piece of information in there, because it's going to make everything else in command easier. If you do not know how to do this, feel free to search in our group. We have a bunch of trainings on it, and if we don't have enough, we'll always make some more. So, but I'm going to make an assumption today that you have actually filled out your marketing profile and that we're going to move forward. We've looked at a few other trainings. If you haven't been in any of those, you might see some confusion. Feel free to ask questions, and we will go from there. So we're going to be looking at newsletters within the new campaigns. This is tied in with command email. So the beautiful part about this is the shift away from MailChimp and the cost. You have 5,000 emails a month you can send between newsletter campaigns and smart plans. If you use more than that, you may purchase more. To purchase more, you go into your marketplace right here and under command email. So we have our built by KW command email. So if you need more than 5,000 emails a month, which a majority of you probably don't, if you're sending more than 5,000 and you have a database of less than probably 2,000, we might need to look at some other options for communicating with our clients, but you can purchase more. So if you want to go through with the command email, we can purchase up to 10,000 is $10 a month, 20,000 is $25, 50,000 $70. Obviously, I don't need those, so we're going to just leave that alone. But that is how you purchase and upgrade your command email, which is a lot better than the MailChimp, which is 2,000, and then it just skyrockets from there. So happy to have command email online, happy to be using it. And then, all right, so how do we get to our actual email campaigns? Well, it's under campaigns. And we're going to go over to create a new campaign. In this section right here, we've got email. Just like any campaign, we're going to give it a title. And we're going to give it a purpose. And if you haven't been in any of my trainings by now, you know that I can't spell if my life depended on it, even if the word is right above it. So we have to give it a goal. These goals do not affect any functionality. This is to help us understand what's working and what's not. So if we find out, if you tell us that your advertised listing email campaigns are working really well, but your attractive buyer ones aren't, that tells us we need to figure out something there. So try to be as straightforward with this as possible. Now, with email campaigns, I'm going to be doing 3 different things. I'm going to be advertising a listing. I'm going to be talking about a listing we sold, and I'm going to be talking about an event. I'm just going to go ahead and put this in the other category because I don't think anything else is a fair description. So we'll do that. Go ahead and hit the setup campaign, and we get to our back-end email setup. So the first thing you're going to want to do is check your account. This is the email that you have set up in your settings. So what this means is if anybody replies to that newsletter, it will come back to that specific email. You set up the setting inside of settings. I'll show you where to do that real fast just for some of our new agents. Maybe. So that setting is right here. You go to settings and command email, manage. All you need to do is put in your specific email you want to use. That's where that setting is. It defaults to that. You're good to go. Next up, we're going to talk about recipients lists. This is probably the most confusing part, is we have to create a list of people to communicate with. It's not entirely difficult. There is one caveat, though, that we've kind of found. So I want to talk about that real fast. I'm going to name the list. This is going to be training list 2 because I've already done one. And we can start adding names to this list. Now, if you have a specific group that you want to hit, you can sit here and go and you can find them. So if you want to send 5 people an email, this is perfectly fine. You can search for them and find all your Johns and go that way. I personally find it's a lot easier to search by tags. If you have your stuff tagged really well, it makes life a lot easier. So we're going to go for my sphere of influence. And remove John. So this is my sphere of influence. If I want to email all of these people, because I searched by that tag, I'll just click select all. Great, we got 63. And I'm going to call this list SOI 10. So training list SOI 10. So I know who I'm emailing. Click confirm. And that creates that list. Those are the people that are going to get this email. Now, this is kind of the power of tags, and we talk about this a lot in our setup, and the power of the database. If you haven't tagged your people, that's not going to be a fun process of trying to figure out who you want to send it to. You can select all, but the truth is you're kind of wasting your time and money because some people don't need to get this email. All the agents in my office probably don't need to get this email. You know, so subject, this is what's actually going to show up in the subject line. If you're going to do this pretty often, I would just say date it, newsletter, July 22nd, 2020. Okay, and then we're going to get into the design. So we have 2 KWRI templates that are built. I am highly recommending you stick with only these 2. If you go and design your own and it looks great, I would like to congratulate you, but it's not an easy process. We do have a new email builder in the works. We don't have a timeline on that yet, but for now, I would utilize these KW templates, and honestly, they're pretty nice and pretty easy to use. So I would definitely give that some consideration there. So we'll go with the first one. And we're going to start building this. This is a pretty straightforward. If you've done a lot of Kelly guides, this should feel very similar. Again, everything from our marketing profile is already pulled over, so I don't even need to touch any of that. We just need to start getting into the meat of the newsletter. So when we're looking at our newsletter, we're going to be leading off with a listing that we want to show off. So I'm going to click on my file here. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to drag and drop because I've already got it pulled up down here. My file's too big. Didn't plan ahead, guys. So that's something to take into consideration is you do want it to be a smaller file. I usually use Photoshop to shrink my stuff. So for this instance, you get to see me jump into Photoshop. There's some great websites and stuff that will shrink your files. I would ask, if you're having professional photography done, I would ask them for smaller web-ready files to use along with the higher resolution for your print stuff. It's going to save you headaches there. All right. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. So there's an extra little tutorial in Photoshop that most of y'all will probably never use. But let's grab that quick photo. All right, we're gonna drag and drop that in here. It's square because it's defaulting to the mobile. So crop it the way it looks nice. All right, great. We've got our very beautiful home there that we're gonna advertise. And the first section, so this is kind of your big image. If you want to do something different, you can, but I really want to lead off with this listing that we're pushing. So we're going to go in, and this is your main headline. You might do something simple like weekly newsletter, July 22nd. I don't know what date it is. 2020. Great. I always kind of format to where I like it. Looks good. Great. And as you can tell, I have terrible spelling. Oh yeah, no, I'm overshooting myself. So for those of y'all for the last training we were in, we talked about if you're doing it often, just giving it kind of that general and then using the dates to work around that. So weekly newsletter, July 2020, awesome. So let's talk about this first listing. We're going to come in and put a headline. The headline is this section right here. This listing is on 1804 Chuck Wagon here in Midland, Texas. And some people will put the address here. Some people will put beautiful home, whatever is going to be that eye grabber. I can tell you one agent, they go that route. So they would say huge square footage for less. Great. And then they would put the address here. A couple different ways to handle that, whatever you want to do to get someone to click on that image. So let's talk about the description. What do we want here? We want about a sentence or two just to really convince them, hey, you want to click on this and check this house out. So we're going to talk quickly about the house, this beautiful 4-3, and sits with, what do we got, like 2,400 square feet? Under 350. Click the image to view the video. Great, okay. So we have given them a call to action. You can get as detailed as you want. You can stay as simple as you want. It does not matter. We want to put an image here. And I'm going to reuse that same one so you don't have to watch me shrink another image again. And then crop image. Now, here's the important part. The link. Where is this going to go? So I have told them, click the image to view the video. Well, right here, you've got this link option for a web link. Now, in a past training, we talked about this, but in Google Drive, you can upload a video, which I have done. We have a nice video of Chuck Wagon. And click on it, and we're going to say Get Shareable Link. Now, for this to work, you need to change it from restricted to anyone with link. And then keep it as a viewer. And we're going to now copy link. So anyone with this link can view that file on your Google Drive. This is similar to uploading to YouTube. If you've got kind of a YouTube brand, I would stick with that. Specifically, I didn't want to upload this video to YouTube because it's on another person's YouTube and would get flagged. So this one's on Google Drive. Awesome. We've gotten that link. Now we're going to come back into our campaign and paste it and finish. So when they click on that photo, they're going to get taken into the video. So great way to use newsletters is show off that media you've produced and get them into those. Also, if you're trying to build a YouTube following and you need X amount of views to move up to the next level on YouTube, this is a great way to get views. Also helps you trend a little better. We can do a whole class on YouTube. So we're going to go to the next one. Was there a question?
Yeah. So on that link, does it open in a new window, or does it stay in that window?
It opens in a new window.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Good question. I'm sorry, I don't know who asked that question. Let's go back in here. But
Chris from Clovis.
okay, Chris, awesome. Yeah, good question. So next up, we've got our, we're going to go to the next one. So we are advertising a listing that's available. Now I want to talk about a listing we sold. We're going to come in here, headline, and under contract in 7 days. And then simply check out this beautiful home. Check out this home we sold. Awesome. So we're going to put some details in here. And you might talk about the home. We sold this 4-bedroom home in 7 days in a down market. You know, whatever you need to do to get these people to look at it and think, hey, maybe we should have them sell our home. So we've got a buyer, a reason for a buyer to click. Now we're giving them a reason for a seller to click. So we can go into more details here, but we're going to go ahead and get on to our next image. So now I'm probably going to have to shrink this one again too, because I did not work ahead on with myself here. And I'll put a link in when we post this up in the recording, I'll put a link to some websites that you can use to shrink if they're too big. But I would definitely ask your photographers if you have a photographer shooting it, I would say, hey, can you it's small, you're 1 megabyte. So even this guy right here is still 8 megabytes, not particularly small. So let me quickly shrink this one real fast and we'll get going on that one. What we're going to do with this one, and I'll talk while we're doing this, we're going to link this one to a Matterport tool. Matterport tour. That way we can utilize that media. We've already paid for it. We might as well use it to get some more sellers. So let's go ahead and shrink this photo down. Awesome. Okay, and then grab that photo. We should have a B version. All right, my eyes are failing me. There it is, right in front of me. All right, so we're gonna put that one in. Again, because it's basing it off of a mobile, we're gonna do a square, crop the image, give that a second to upload. Beautiful. Okay, we have a house under contract in 7 days. Check out this home we sold. Now let's get back to this link, because I really want to reemphasize how powerful it is. If you're sending out a newsletter, it's not just for them to read the newsletter, it's for them to click on something and move through and begin the deep dive into you and who you are. Now, you can do, I'm going to show you how to link this one to a Matterport tour. And if you do have Matterport tours, you should ask your producer to send you the links with a branded version, because this is not MLS. It doesn't matter. It should be branded to you. I'm going to get that link right here. And we're going to come back in and just simply click paste that in. Again, this will open in a new window as well. So we're going to hit finish. And now I'm going to update my call to action. One thing to always be careful with is make sure you have text saying, calling them to click on it. So click on the photo to see our 3D tour of the property. Awesome. Has some kind of call to action. All right, we're going to do one more here. And this one is a call to an event. So we're having an event on Friday. It's our Keller Keep Midland Beautiful partnership with Keller Williams for waterway cleanup. So I'm going to simply say, sign up to serve Keep Midland Beautiful event. And click the image to go to Facebook to get the work waiver and sign up for times. Again, I apologize for ferocious spelling, but that's just who I am. So this is real simple. We're going to put an image in. What I did was I actually just went to the Facebook group and just ripped the image straight from there. And we're going to go to date modified. I thought I ripped the image. I probably was going to show you how to rip the image. So we click on that guy, save image as waterway image. Downloads, great. So I'm back to our campaign. Hopefully that's a small image. Yay, I don't have to shrink that one. Okay, so we've got this guy set up, great. We're gonna crop that image right there. Awesome, okay. So we've got our waterway cleanup image. Now, where is that image gonna go? Well, all I gotta do is come back here to the Facebook event and copy the URL. And then, so we've now given them 3 different reasons to click. If you're a buyer, you're gonna click on Chuck Wagon. If you're a seller, you're gonna click on the under contract. If you're someone who just is a fan of the company, you're gonna click on the sign up to serve because, hey, they're doing something in the community. This is giving every single recipient 3 different reasons to click through and be engaged with your brand. Now, the one question I'm gonna get, I guarantee, is can we take a section out? And to answer that question, no, not right now, because these are pre-built templates. So if you don't have enough content to fill all 4 slots, I would jump online, grab another listing to advertise, and throw that in there. So so let's do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the KW site. EG.com, which is going to pull up my KW site, and let's find a listing. What's a listing? What's one we have active? 5200 Hilltop should be on there. Yeah, there we go. That's Balfour. No, it's not Hilltop. We don't want to advertise in other companies. Here's one of ours. All right, so obviously check with the listing agent, make sure they're cool. You can come in here and should be able to I've actually never tried this before. Just to be honest, I've never thought about ripping straight from it and totally not saving it as an image. You did a good job. But that's not an issue. We can grab another one. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. Now the reason I'm copying it from our site is because I don't want them to go to realtor.com. I don't want them to go to Zillow. I want them to go to KW site. So when we're in here and we're adding that image, I want to go ahead and have that in. But we build this out real fast. We've got 5306 ground heart. And normally I would just reach out to the agent, ask them for an image, but I don't think we want to wait for that. So we'll just use a filler image for now, or maybe I'll go see if I can pull one from Realtor. Beautiful 5-bedroom in coveted great house area. Awesome. And just because curiosity is now asked, I'm going to see if I can grab one from Realtor.com. Oh, no, Alpha Brown Heart. All right. Yeah, we can. Great. Okay. So we're going to jump back into our campaign. And I'm going to grab that image and drop it right there. We're going to crop the image. Please make sure you have the agent's permission before advertising your listing, and make sure it's a Graham's listing. I'm going to link it into my website. I want my buyers to go to my website so they know that, hey, I'm going to call Tim to go check this house out and buy it. Super simple, be fast. After that, we've got our marketing profile information that just autofills with our logos, and we're done. Hit apply design. If you don't have any designations, put a space. We're done. So let's preview this bad boy. Always preview before you send because you want to check your links. Always check your links. So we've got this guy going. We're going to click on that. It's going to open up that chuck wagon video. Awesome. Oh. Pull this down. And then we're going to check that 3D tour link and click on that guy. Awesome. Loads up. I'm going to check the serve Keep Midland Beautiful link. Beautiful. Now it works perfect. And then we're going to check the Brownhart link. I clicked on it. Second here to load. Hey, look, it works perfect. So everything else looks good. I don't see any issues. The only thing I don't like is this by your side at every step. Let's just quickly close that out and come down here. I actually do not know why that design's pulling that. So let's click Update Design. I'm going to have to do some research. I'm not sure where it's pulling that text from. Interesting. Well, small issue there, but we're good to go. I'm not going to hit send because I do have live data on this, but you can also send a test email. So send it to yourself. Send a test email. Oh. That was not the correct thing to put there. Email in there, send test email. So you can see what it looks like when it comes to you. Let's pull that up just to make sure that there's nothing weird there. All right. Make sure it didn't go to spam. You have ridiculously high spam filters. Nope, not in there. I just felt my watch buzz, so yep, there it is. Nice. Okay, so this is our test email. Again, I would recommend this. You can check your links. They can click. So if I want to see that video, again, you just click. Great, it pulls it up. These are mobile optimized, so they're really nice on phones. Remember, probably about 70% of your traffic is mobile. And that's an email campaign, guys. I'm not going to send that one out again because some of that I don't want to send that to my live clients. So you'll hit send. It normally takes about, from my experience, about an hour to go out to everybody. Some people get it sooner, some people get it later. So I would do these at a time that's pretty moderate, 10 a.m., somewhere in there. Probably wouldn't send them out at midnight. You're going to get a real low open rate. Your reports do tell you how many people open those emails and how many people, if they mark them as spam or anything like that. So keep an eye on that. We don't want to be spamming anybody, and we want to keep them happy. Any questions, comments, concerns, other than Tim didn't shrink his images first? Nothing? Okay. All right. We've got about 10 more minutes. I'd love to hear some ideas that y'all might have around smart plans. So we talked about this a while back. We really want to come up with creative usages of smart plans. How can we utilize that tool to communicate to our clients, create a new touch that's not just, hey, here's a new listing, or hey, we haven't talked. And so one of the ways we kind of talked about was actually utilizing it for events. It's very simple. Going in and for even our Keep Midland Beautiful project we have coming up, it would be very simple to just come in here, create a new smart plan. And if we wanted to do an email or a text, doesn't particularly matter. I would do something automated. I wouldn't do like a phone call unless you're really just trying to get a lot of people involved. But with the Twilio, it would be super great, come in here and say, let's be pretty informal with this. Hey, contact person name. We have an event coming up on Friday, and we would love for you to participate. Please click the link to sign up on our Facebook, and simply just come in with that link. And then I always put a pretty stereotypical, this is a text only number. You can call that whatever phone number you use. So this is just kind of a creative, different way to use smart plans to engage clients. So what I was going to do, in fact, what we did do is we had a text message go out that was copy edited first, so Tim didn't make a bunch of mistakes. And then we had it follow up with an email. So this went out, I think, a week and a half ago, and then we added a delay of, I believe, 2 days, 2 or 3 days. And then we followed up with an email. And in that email, we went ahead and linked to the Facebook group, and we put a link to a PDF of the sign-up page because they do require work waivers. So this was just kind of a creative way for us to use smart plans in a different way to create a new touch, and takes all of about 5 minutes to build. And I would say we probably put half of our database on it. I think we got a couple people that responded. These kind of things, you're probably not going to get a ton of response because people don't want to go clean up areas in 110-degree heat. And I understand that. But this is a different way to touch them. And if nothing else, your clients are seeing that you're engaging them and you're engaging the community. And there's some real value in that. So do y'all have any other ideas on or cool ways to that you'd like to share on utilizing smart plans? Feel free to talk, hold down the space bar while talking. And then I'm looking at the chat. Thanks, KW Lubbock. Awesome. Cool. Nothing. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to waste your time. That's what I've got for you all today. And if you have questions, feel free to email me. For those of you that are not in the Market Center, you can email me at tim@tortugareg.com or tim.lester@kw.com. Does not matter. Either one will get to the same email as you just saw. And you can also call me at 325-315-6901 or text, and we can always set up a one-on-one to look at some different options. This recording will also be posted on the Midland Facebook, and I'll figure out some way to get it up to the Lubbock guys too. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate it. Sorry about the last minute switch to Zoom. I know we normally do Facebook Live. We're going to probably stick with Zoom now that I've paid for it. And that way everyone can participate across the area. Thanks, guys. If you have questions, let me know.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank y'all. Stop share. Stop recording.